Introducing the D'Addario Autolock, made with locking strap ends for an easy-to-use, clip-on system. When you're done, just pull the latch and slide it off. Keep your guitar on lock with D'Addario Autolock.
All right, hey everyone, this is Chris Kies for Premier Guitar. I'm hanging out in Nashville, Tennessee, and today I'm joined by Tori Ruffin. Tori, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great.
That's
Good to
awesome.
be here.
Yeah, it's great, man. Great to have you. Tori is part of Morris Day and the Time, which you know is affiliated with Prince and Purple Rain film. He's played in Fishbone, and of course he has his own project, Freak Juice. So Tori, man, you're a busy dude, so how's it going?
Oh, man, you know, just trying to be cool in the pandemic and staying safe and just trying to make it in this new world we're living in.
Yeah.
But everything's well, though.
Good, man.
We're surviving. I opened up a bar.
Oh, wow.
So I'm doing that as well. So I've been busy.
Is it a music venue as well, or just a bar?
It is a live music venue called the Juice Maker Lounge. Sure is. Yep, right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, now, you know, some people have really big man caves and jam spaces, and I want to clarify before we go into the interview, is that's not your setup behind you in terms of the guitars. You're in a guitar store, right?
I'm in a guitar store. One day, maybe, after this interview, they'll all be mine.
A man to rule all the guitars.
Yeah, we're at the Tulsa Guitar House. It's called Tulsa Guitar House in Tulsa, you know, and it's all vintage guitars. Man, they got some great stuff. So if you come to Tulsa, this is definitely the first stop you need to come to, for sure. You need to come here.
All right, man. Well, let's dive into it because you play Schecters, and it's kind of like all I've seen you with their Schecters, whether it's like the PT or, you know, the Super Strat that they have. So talk to me about what you're going with right there. What are you using?
Man, this is I guess my Frankenstein. Yeah, this swamp ash body, rosewood fretboard, inlays. Got a Prince insignia 1999 here. Man, I got the humbucker, the mini hum here, the monster tone stack here, and the apocalypse here. So with Freak Juice, I really have a diverse bunch of sounds that I go through. Can kind of be jazzy, and then it gets really heavy. So I needed a guitar to kind of encompass all of that.
Can you show us some of the sounds that you get with the different pickups, because that's definitely an unusual pickup assortment on one guitar.
Right. So here's my little jazzy thing. You know what I mean? So it has that kind of nice warm tone, fat. And then we can split them. You know, if I want to split them, I can kind of starts moving into a little bit of stratty sound. And then here's my you know, the kind of the telly vibe. You know, you get that spank. You know.
Oh yeah.
Funk. And then we go to the apocalypse, and that's just balls to the wall. That's Freak Juice. Right? So,
yeah, there's no subtleties. There's no subtleties with a pickup named the Apocalypse.
No. It's hellfire. It's hellfire and brimstone. It rocks. So I wanted a guitar, man, and we talked about it, and we kind of went through it to try and get all kind of songs in one guitar, which is still, it's still a work in progress, I think, but this is the closest thing I got to the Freak Juice special. call it the Freak Juice Special.
Now, is that something that you've been playing for a while, or have you just gotten that? Because like I
It's
said,
relatively new. I've been with, yeah, it's relatively new. I've had this maybe about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 years. Time flies, so I think about 3 or 4 years. But you know, I've been with Schecter now going on probably a dozen years. So when we first started, you know, I was just trying out different things and going through different things. And then finally we started collaborating, and I've been getting custom pieces kind of made to my liking. So I've been really, you know.
Before you got involved with Schecter, and I'm sure they were happy to do anything you asked them to do, was it a struggle to find left-handed guitars?
Oh no, yes, like you wouldn't believe. I was like, oh yeah, no, like I was shaking my head like you wouldn't believe. It's so tough. Most of the stuff is made poorly, and even the upper end guys, like you'd be surprised, but like, and they would never stay in tune, and just kind of shoddy work actually for left. We always got tossed to the side. So yeah, it was hard to find a really good instrument. And the thing with Schecter is the guy, one of the execs is left-handed. So one of the guys high up in the, so they really take really good care and time with their lefties and really do a great job.
Now, I can't see this particular model, Tori, because I can't see the headstock where you're filming on the phone. Okay, I was going to ask, some of your guitars have the reverse headstock. Do you like the extra string tension that brings to the E? Because I know that, you know, with the reverse headstock gives it a little different kind of vibe.
Now, see, you just gave me something to think about, and I've watched your rig rundowns, and you know a hell of a lot about gear than I do, and that's one of them. I like the reverse headstock because I thought it was cool.
It looks cool, man.
You know, of course, everybody's a Jimi Hendrix fan,
yeah.
But I haven't really noticed the difference in the tension, really. But you know, I'll pay more attention to it. But yeah, it's really more aesthetic for me, man. I'll be honest. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and try. I just like the reverse headstock because I thought it was cool. Keeping it honest. I'm keeping it honest with you.
You're keeping it real. Are there any other Schecters that you want to show us that you play?
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is blue sparkle mahogany wood maple neck. As you can see, I got the Morris Day. I got the time emblem with some Prince signatures and inlays. I like the jumbo frets, so I get the jumbo frets. And yeah, so we got the single coil, Pasadena, a vintage. This is a Pasadena vintage. And these are all. This is really made to sound like a telly. So this is a cool one. This one I rocked for a long time.
Oh wow.
This is
That's cool.
This is we were out with Prince with the musicology tour, or I think we're going to do something with Prince, and Freeze and I, the bass player, we wanted something purple, and so I put stickers on it. I haven't played it in a while, but I used to rock this a lot. This has the 2 Apocalypse in it.
Oh, okay.
But it's surprisingly funky. It has, a nice funky tone, but it goes to DEFCON 10. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, that one. Now, this one, they call this the Jimmy Kimmel Special.
Oh, wow.
And that's because we played when we played Jimmy Kimmel. We had such a good sound on that show, and it was rocking so hard. So Morris calls that, if he doesn't see this for me, he'll say, "Where's that Jimmy Kimmel Special?" He loves the sound of this. Now this is the Alcal jazz pickup that they have in here, and then this is a matching set of humbuckers, and this really has a vintage sound, but beef. So this is really one of my favorite sounding because it sounds really more like a telly than the others. It's really a funky funky guitar.
So this white one and the blue sparkle one, do you use those one more with Morris?
It depends on what gig and what suit I'm wearing.
Yeah, you guys do always match.
Cause I got a match, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, all three of them, all of them, I can use with Morris, and I have used with Morris. So,
Okay.
But I've been playing the purple. I've been playing the 1999 one, and I've been bringing out the blue sparkle. I don't have a whole lot of killing blue suits, but I still bring it out. You know, it's a funky guitar. So yeah, those two I've been playing a lot, and those two I've been playing the most, the purple
Okay.
and the blue sparkle.
All right, Tori, what do you got for strings and picks and tunings that you use for Freak Juice and Morris?
All right, well, for Morris, we're in standard E, and 10 through 46, Ernie balls, Slinky, super Slinkies. I've tried some of their other things and strings, but I'm old school. I'm gonna go with the super Slinkies, but I do like some of those other sets that they have. Now for Freak Juice, we're a half step down, drop, C sharp, down, and then this next record is going to be in C, so I'll probably use 11s to 52s or something like that. Go up a string gauge, Ernie balls, and man, I just hooked on these Dunlop extra heavies, clear gels. I love them. They just feel right. Just the tack on it is really cool. So
Have you?
I don't like any flexibility in my picks. I like it. It's sturdy. So yeah, I do the Dunlop extra heavies.
All right, Tori, I see a stack of amps behind you. Let's dive in. I know that you're a Marshall guy. I've seen you online playing Marshalls for years, whether it's any type of outfit or gig you're playing. But I also see a Mesa Boogie, so talk to me about what you're using today.
Well, with Morris, we're usually playing, we do a lot of arenas and theaters, a lot of outdoor gigs. So just one wasn't enough. I got some JCM 900s, 100-watt, high gain, dual reverbs. I'm using them as stereo, and they're both set the same way. For the distortion, for the intro, we usually it's pretty rocking. So I usually set them to high. For the intro, and I might step on my Keeley Overdrive. So that'll give me the sustain and the groove and the heat that I need to rock the intros and the rock songs for Morris. And then for the clean, I roll back the treble because I found that on these 900s they're a little bright for me, and I need so I roll back the treble. Have the bass about 5 or 6, middle's kind of up, and then so for the clean, and then for the clean I keep this Hot Rod DeVille rolling. I don't know if you guys can see this Hot Rod DeVille, but this really for the clean stuff. Little Prince, you can really hear with the DeVille and the Marshall. So I keep those all three for the clean. Just sometimes when we're on the road, the 900s break up a little much, and so I always have a Hot Rod DeVille so it stays clean, so the signal always stays clean.
Gotcha.
And the sound man will probably ride that a little more.
Okay, so just to keep track of everything, you got the 900s for like the distortion, and then you got those for the clean tone with the Fender as well. So you essentially got 3 amps going sometimes at once.
Yeah, I got 3 amps rolling for the clean all the time.
Okay.
And actually, I keep the clean rolling for my distortion, and that gives it a little more clarity out of the solos.
What about the Mesa Boogie? I was just to say, I see the Mesa Boogie there. How's that get used, and what do you got that for?
Now I just brought these because these are actually the Freak Juice heads.
Okay.
This is what I use when I'm not on the road with Morris. I'll use a triple rec. This is an early triple rec. This is probably one of the first ones they made. I got this in '92, and so with Freak Juice we go through a lot more different sounds and timbres, and it's heavier. It's a heavier band. So the triple rack gets it done for me. I really like the clean sound here on this rack, and then you have your 3 independent channels. Everybody, and so I usually hang out on the orange channel because the red channel gets a little much for me. So I usually hang out on the red channel. On the orange channel. But if I need a little extra, I'll go to the red channel.
And what's the other? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the other Marshall then? Is that another 900?
Now this is we figured it out today. It's a JCM 800 lead series, and it's early 90s, 91. Now this clean channel is my favorite. It is super clean. And it has a lot of power. I mean, it just and it sounds great with all my pedals. So I use this for Freak Juice as well, when we're out. And then with the distortion, this amp sound, it has that vintage 800 sound. So I dig it.
Well, right on. And what about the cabs there? I imagine just standard JCM or Marshall cabs with vintage 30s.
JCM vintage 30s, yeah. JCM 900s vintage 30s. They've been reliable for me on the road, and they're consistent. And like I said, most of the time the 900s and the vintage 30s, you can't go wrong. So that's what I try and roll with that.
Well, cool, man. I think at this point, where everyone's favorite, or at least my favorite part of the episode, is always talking pedals. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh man, first up we got that Slash wah wah, the Dunlop Slash wah, man. It's just funky, man. I really like it. It has a distortion thing that I don't usually mess with, but it's a funky wah.
Now, to get that slash wah, which is kind of an unheard of, or at least my knowledge of wahs is, I didn't even really know he had a wah, to be honest, but it doesn't surprise me. Anyways, wahs are very, part of funk music. So did you try a bunch of wahs out? All the signature wahs, all the crybabies, or did you just buy or try the slash and that was it?
I tried, believe it or not, I tried a lot of the rockers wah, because I knew I would really wanted to come through when I was soloing. So I tried the Zach Wild, which is a nice funky wah, and then I tried all the regular ones that they have. But I just like the characteristics of this slash wah. It really felt good. It felt right. Just the vibe felt good. I'm a very vibey person.
Right on.
Not so much technical, but if it just feels good, then I'm in.
So what's up after the slash wah?
Man, I got the I'm in love with this Keeley Compressor. I think a lot of people are. I really like. It helps me with the single lines. I know some people keep it all the time, but like for Freak Juice, if I'm going into, it has a single coil and a humbucker switch on it, so it plays to your pickup. It really has that spank that I like and the sustain. You know, for those jazz single lines, it kind of evens out the signal, which I really like. Yeah, so it has, you know, it has 4 knobs on it too. You can blend the signal, the sustain, it has a level and a tone, so it's really cool. And the single, like you can tell, you can hear the difference. I'll switch up to single coil, and it reacts to that pickup. You know what I mean?
It's crisp.
Crisp, yeah. And then go. You know, and then it goes back to that humbucker, and you can really hear the difference. So that's where I like it, man. It's a great pedal.
Sounds versatile.
Yeah, very versatile. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes. Okay, so then next, I got the dark side from Keeley, and I use it as it has like a rotary and a flanger, but I use it the Univibe. I use the Univibe side of it. And so I really dig that. And then it's totally customizable, totally programmable. And I just got it, so I got to get into it more. But it's really cool. And then the fuzz, you can use the fuzz side with it. You know, so that really Hendrixy, hear my train a coming vibe.
Yeah, machine gun. Yeah, it's got that machine gun vibe with that fuzz and the Univibe.
Machine gun, yeah. So I'm in heaven. Yeah.
So what's next on the board after the dark side?
All right, man. This is my new secret weapon. I used to use the.
Well, it's not a secret weapon now.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. It's all for all your enjoyment. But yeah, Robert and Aaron hooked me up with this, man, and I was using a tube screamer, and I told him I needed a tube screamer with a little more balls, a little more cream on it, and a little more cookies and cream. I needed something with a little more guts, and this is it. It's you can go from a classic tube screamer sound to what I like more, and it has a boost on it as well. So like you can like that Hendrix thing. Like if you want to do it has that vibe. And then, if you want to just a little distortion. Super gain,
Yeah, it's like sustained for days.
There's a lot of option there. Because you can dial it back, but that's just where I always like stun mode for my stuff. But yeah, you can dial it back, and there's a lot of options there. Man, really cool pedal, man. I'm in love with it.
That's a devastator.
Yeah, it gets through the Marshalls, and then like you can hear, with everything rolling, you can still get the clarity with the so it's quite a cool pedal. Now my pedal board is fluid, so I'm a gearhead. I mean, not necessarily gearhead. I like trying different sounds and different pedals. With Freak Juice, like I said, any one given night, I'll like to hear different sounds, because how I make my living is pretty one thing: clean, dirty, funky, tight. You got to be on it. But when I get off the road, I like to experiment with different sounds and go different places. So this, like I said, my pedal board's fluid. Some things will come. I brought some extra pedals just to talk about those too. But this Boss Sy Synth, it's a synthesizer basically without the pedal, so you get some cool sounds.
Yeah, how do you use it?
I use it for stuff like that. When I'm trying to play some bebop over some rock changes.
That's a fun sounding pedal.
Here's another sound. You know what I mean? You can get so you can get crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know if you're still playing a guitar.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, sometimes I'm in the mood for it, and other times I'm not. You got a little singer, so like on so like in Freak Juice, we'll do something like oops, I've got to be tuned down for that. But yeah, we'll go through very different sounds like that. So that's what that Boss allows me to do. It has some strings, it has some, when I'm soloing over stuff, and we break it down and we open up a lot of the music. So it gives me a chance to experiment. And when I'm in my experimental phase, I like to mess around. See if there's anything else, a little church organ. Church organ there. I mean, it's fun. It's just like some toys. It comes and goes, because sometimes it can be a little much, So it takes it definitely out of the just guitar mode. So, yeah, but yeah, so that's a lot of fun. And then the guys from Line 6 hooked me up. I was experimenting with a lot of different pedals and different pedal boards, but I needed something that I could just hook it that sounded good, and I didn't have to go through a bunch of a rigmarole. And then if I wanted to customize or something, so I chose this HX Effects Line 6. I always liked Line 6 products. I always liked their effects, and so I talked to Frank over at Line 6, and he really hooked me up, and I really like the stuff. It's got all kind of delays from every delay that they've ever made is in this box. So, I just like it real soft. And it goes nicely with the distortion. It has a trail, so it's not too much, so it's real, but it still sounds good, clean. Yeah, so there's that. And then the chorus, of course. I like the kind of 70s analog chorus sound that they have. It's pretty chorusy.
Have you ever used just the HX on itself? Like take that with you in a gig bag and hit the airport? Or is it always kind of in conjunction with other pedals?
I like the drives in here, and you can. Me personally, I love the and you can do that, but no, I haven't. I really love a standalone drive.
Okay.
For when I do with Morris. Now, if I'm doing some stuff in town, for sure. Like there's a Sunday night thing here in town with Paul Benjamin that I'll do, and I'll bring this out. You know, where it's more of a blues rock country deal.
Gotcha.
And we'll hang out and just trade solos. So yeah, so that's definitely a standalone effects processor for sure.
Okay.
It has so many things in it. You know, here's another bass octaver I like. You know, has that deal. Then my favorite is the little rolly. You know, has that, this or that. I really like that. And then they got a reverb. I got to mess around with the reverb some more, but they're really good in here too. I dig them. You know, so you can get that kind of thing going on the nice swells. Really lush reverbs in this thing.
You can cover a lot of ground with that thing.
Yeah, that HX Effects is no joke. And what I'm gonna start flying with is this HX Stomp. So this is really that pedal in a smaller version. So what I'll be bringing out is like I said, my board is fluid, so I like to mess around with stuff, and the easier the travel, the better, obviously, because we do a lot of fly dates with Morris. So I'm gonna bring this and the drive and the compressor probably, and that'll be it. You know, maybe just this and the drive is what I'm thinking. But we're not, like I said, my board is fluid, so you never know. But yeah, so man, and then I really like this Ernie Ball Overdrive pedal. This is a really cool pedal because, I mean, I wish all pedals did this because you can do the amount of drive with your foot. And now how cool is that? That's what I really like. And I really like that with the delay, the amount of delay. And they have one with the tremolo. So these pedals, man, the amount of delay with your foot is, and you know, if you play guitar, sometimes you want a little more and you want to ease it in, you know. And then we got the pedal power. Everybody uses one of those, but that's pretty much it. And then the Morley over here controls all three rigs. So for some reason, if I'm not liking, say, the way all three of these are sounding together, I can get rid of the DeVille. Sometimes because of the stage and acoustics, leaving this on all the time gets a little weird, so I'll turn it off to rock out a little more, like on the distortion side, you know.
Okay.
Or sometimes these are not as clean as you would like them to be, so I'll just use the DeVille to play the clean. So that's what's nice about the Morley.
Yeah, it sounds like you're always trying to give yourself options, whether it's pedals or the multi-effect stomps or the extra amps. You're always trying to give yourself an option and an out.
An option and an out, man, and I always try to keep it interesting. Yeah, sure do. I like to try different things for sure.
All right, Tori, thank you so much for going through your rig and setting this all up, and appreciate the guitar store in Tulsa to do this for us as well. If people want to check out your music with Freak Juice, track you down on a Morris Day show, where is the best place to kind of get everything Tori Ruffin online? Where should they head?
Man, you can go to freakjuice.bandcamp.com or hortonrecords.bandcamp.com. They have a lot of great artists over there. Thanks to Brian Horton and everybody for supporting the Freak Juice label. Yeah, but freakjuice.bandcamp.com. We're everywhere. We're on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you guys want to check it out, man. We can really use your support. Download a track or two. Can help feed a band of 5.
Awesome, Tori. I really appreciate it, man. Everyone out there, stay safe. Tori, you stay safe in Tulsa. We'll do the same in Nashville, man. Thank you so much.
Big love to Premier Guitar. Premier Guitar Mag, man. Yeah, this is a real big deal for me, so I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, Chris. Much love, brother.
Yeah, man, this is a big deal for us too, Tori. Have a good one.
All right, man. We'll see you next time.